guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host sellssi. Today we're going to talk about the Confederation of African Football. They have upheld their decision to have the CAF Champions League final held in Morocco, despite protests by Al Ahly Egypt over having it on a neutral venue, following the two teams, one of them being a Moroccan team in Wydad. We'll have a look at CAF statement and their upholding of the decision, what it means, and the way forward for Al Ahly if they have any more objections. We're also going to talk about Tariq Lamptey. His decision to switch nationalities has been commented on by his manager of Brighton and Hove Albion. We have a listen to what he had to say. And Kamaldeen has returned to full training. He returned to full training on Monday. Great to see him in action. He was in the team that played versus Marseille, and Razak Habalora secures his very first trophy with his new side, Sheriff Tiraspol in Moldova. All that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. To start off from the camp of Tariq Lamptey, who this week it was revealed that he had completed the process for nationality switch and that he was in contention to be called up into the national team should the coach deem him someone he needs. A trainer who trains with him in the United Kingdom, Freddie, revealed that in an interview on Pure FM. Now, his coach Graham Potter obviously has commented on the nationality switch for his player in Tariq Lamptey. Now, Graham Potter has counseled and advised Tariq Lamptey to follow his heart when contemplating whether or not to relocate from England to Ghana. Now, Chris Hutton, Black Stars technical advisor and former Brighton coach, wants Lamptey to change his nationality allegiance, which according to sources has been completed before the tournament. The Brighton right back has represented England, his home nation, at several levels below senior, including 2 appearances for the under-21s. Graham Potter said regardless of Tariq's situation, playing in a World Cup is going to be fantastic for any player. That's something for him to consider, but it's more about where he feels in his heart he should play, and that's up to Tariq. I'll support whatever decision he makes. Lamptey, who joined Brighton from Chelsea in January 2020, is a Ghanaian citizen through his parents. Potter added, obviously, I've never had to think about that decision. I'd like to think it's more about how he feels in terms of who he wants to represent. There will be a family consideration. I don't think you take the decision necessarily from a career perspective. It's more about what feels right for him as a human being and as a footballer. That's complex. We are definitely here for him if he wants to speak about anything or ask any questions. It won't be us steering him either way. It's a case of listening to him, what he wants, and to make sure he knows he's got our support. Lamptey could make his 50th appearance versus Leeds United when they played them. Relegation threatened Leeds United, and that was Graham Potter offering his advice to Tariq Lamptey. He says it's about how he feels. It's not probably going to be a career decision per se. What he feels in his heart, what he wants to represent, and it's entirely up to him. He would be open to advise him on what to do, but it would not be about telling him to choose either England or Ghana. It will be about telling him to do what is best for him. And with reports indicating that that switch has been completed, he is in full support of it, and it's up to the player ultimately. Tariq Lamptey looking to join up with the Ghana national team, whether in the AFCON qualifiers or not. We will see when the squad list is released. Countries have released a squad. Cameroon, Madagascar and Go have started releasing their squad. Ghana, I'm sure, will be releasing theirs pretty soon. We'll see the players that are going to play. My next story has to do with the CAF Champions League final, which after it was announced last week where the final will be played, came under a lot of scrutiny. Wydad are going to be in the final, and protests came in from Al Ahly that they did not want it to be played by a country which is also going to be in the final. Well, this is only just because it was named when we got to the semi-final stage, and if it had been named at the start of the competition, I don't think we would have had all these issues. Al Ahly fans protested. Al Ahly are going to Court of Arbitration of Sports to protest the venue, but CAF have upheld their decision following all these protests. The Confederation of African Football upheld this decision to hold the final match of the 2022 Champions League in Morocco. A CAF response came amid a series of objections from the Egyptian Football Federation and Al Ahly Football Club. And now, objections emerged after CAF announced its decision to hold the final in Morocco, despite the Moroccan team being in the running to make it to the final. While Al Ahly Football Club called on the Continental Football Organization to play the match in a neutral country, CAF said it took note of the complaint, stressing the need to stick to the commitment to holding the final in accordance with a decision taken by the previous board of directors in 2019. Interesting. CAF added that its rules fit within FIFA's principles, which did not allow changing the competition system. CAF clarified that Morocco and Senegal met the criteria for hosting the final, whereas Egypt did not submit a bid to host the final match. Following Senegal's withdrawal, CAF decided to choose Morocco to host the match. Earlier this week, Al Ahly announced a decision to present an appeal to the Court of Arbitration of Sports against the CAF decision. In a statement, Al Ahly said it hopes CAF will be keen not to disrupt justice and will provide CAS with all the required documents that will help in achieving justice. Morocco is hosting the final for the second year in a row. It has fallen on deaf ears, more or less, because it is going to be hosted in Morocco with a Moroccan team in the final. I don't know. It's quite interesting what is going to happen there. But that is where the final will be played, in Morocco. Settled. CAF have decided to go with that one. They are not going to change it. Whether Court of Arbitration of Sport can do something about it, we will see in the coming days. But let me know your thoughts in the comments box on CAF's decision to announce, first of all, the final venue just at the semi-final stage and choose a team that was going to be in the final. I have my own thoughts on that. I don't think it was right, but I don't know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think in the comments box on that one. My final story has to be Kamaldeen Sulemana, who played for the reserve side of Rennes after training with them on Monday. He came back full throttle, played with the reserve side, provided an assist on his return for his club side. Great to see him get back in shape for the national team. Hopefully he will be able to take part in the games, but he is back in action. He played a couple of minutes with the reserve side, not with the first team though, but this shows that he is back after that back injury in February that kept him out until this time. Kudos, great to see him back in action. So that has been it for today. Tariq Lamptey giving some wisdom by his manager Graham Potter. CAF have upheld their decision to host the final in Morocco, and Kamaldeen Sulemana returns to action with the reserve side with an assist. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your weekend.